I have made over 160 tutorials since I started here on YouTube, so I started looking back to think what are the biggest tips that I could give you. I am Javi, a picture book illustrator and a YouTuber, and these are the 10 best tips for improving your drawings. Well, 10 and an extra lesson that I learned from making these videos at the end. So let's get right to it. Number 1. When drawing a face, start with the nose. If you've seen my videos, you know that I'm very insistent on this because unless you're drawing krillin, the nose is this very big structure in the middle of your face. You can't ignore it. So start there, especially because once you have the nose placed, it will make it very easy for you to place the eyes and the mouth later, which we will talk about that later too. But the nose is a very important landmark in your head. And, because I read your comments, if your character has no nose, you can still draw a placeholder while sketching the head, and then you can just get the rest of your noseless character face in place. But I must ask, how does your character breathe? How does it sleep? Does it always snore? Still, even if you always start with the nose, this might be really uncomfortable when trying to draw faces from low angles. So, tip number 2, when drawing faces from a low angle, start with the chin. But the chin, not the jaw. I know that it sounds a bit weird, but hear me out. The most important thing to do here is draw this big curve that will mark the direction of the chin. This curve is the landmark that will let you structure the rest of the face. Is this curve the jaw? No, because the jaw has a little bit of an inclination that we'll need to figure out later. With this curve in place, you can join it with the rest of the skull. Use the curve as a reference for the nose and you're pretty much set. When you have the ears in place, you can draw the line that will join the ears to the chin, and that's it. See, in this case, the nose was not the most important landmark of a face, but speaking about noses again, the nose is, well, the main origin point for every expression that your face makes. So this is tip number 3. Seriously, check this out. When trying to figure out every expression, you will notice that the lines that make the expression either go towards the nose or away from it. There is an exception though. Can you tell what it is? It's smiling. It doesn't obey this rule, so when you need to find a quick way to write this tip, this is what you should remember. You can draw every expression by either going towards the nose or away from it, except for smiles. And now that you know this, you can try different expressions. Happy, sad, angry, really angry, like all of these expressions in this drawing that I did 8 years ago for a video. This is a drawing that people like so much that to this day, I still get emails from them asking me to put this on a t-shirt. And maybe you also have a drawing that you think that would look great on a t-shirt, and that is where today's sponsor, Printify, is here to help. You can create a free account and choose between more of the 1,000 products that they have, including t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, you name it. They also have some of the best prices of the market. For example, they have multiple sweatshirts for under $15 that people are selling on Etsy for $30. You can choose any of these products that you like on the catalog and then put your drawing in it. So once you've chosen a design that you love, you can connect your Printify account to other sales platforms like Etsy or Amazon or Shopify or TikTok Shop that I had no idea that it existed. I didn't know you could buy things on TikTok because I don't have one. And the best thing is that when you get an order, Printify will do all the hard work and ship your product to your customer so you can just sit back and collect the difference. I actually tried it and I am selling this drawing on Etsy, and I did it all through Printify, and it took me just a few minutes. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for free and start using Printify on the link that I have in the description. Where were we? Right, heads. You want to move them around consistently, don't you? Well, here's the tip number 4. You have to focus on the main volumes. Head, nose, chin, ears. You have to move them around until you are comfortable with the proportions that they have before adding any other details. But when you do add details, remember that feeling is more important than accuracy. One example is with the Dragon Ball characters. In order to make the characters feel like they do when drawn, 3D artists have to move the facial features around to get the feeling right, especially the eyes. If you sometimes need to make your character's chin pointer or the hair bigger in order to get the feeling of the character right, go ahead. Still, moving eyes can be pretty hard though. And while you can pull a Toriyama and have your drawing style be the one where the character's eyes are different depending on the angle, I have a tip that we always get both eyes right. This is tip number 5, the mask. So if you have a head and a nose, You can draw a line that follows the brow, and you can just close it with a superhero mask. This way you can get a really good grasp for what the eyelids should be. Yeah, but those eyes look a little bit too round. What about Eastern Asian eyes? Well, if you want to get Asian eyes right, tip number 6 is here to the rescue. These eyes are made different. The skin around the eyeballs is both thicker and tighter. And you need to focus on this tightness, this tension that looks a little bit like this. Unlike Western eyes, the eyelids don't wrap around the eyeball. So the shape of the eyeball barely makes a difference when trying to do Eastern Asian eyes. And before you come at me in the comments and tell me that this type of eyes doesn't represent all of Asian eyes. I know, but when I say Asian eyes, you're not thinking about Indians, are you? Anyway, I think we talk a little bit too much about heads, so let's just move on. We're going to focus a little bit on the rest of the body, so here is where tip number 7 comes in. Don't know how to start a pose? Well, think about the overall direction of the pose and simplify it in one line. This is the line of action, is the secret tool that every animator uses, both 2D and 3D. It is crazy how much motion you can get from just one line. But be warned, this line is not where your character's spine should be. I make this mistake all the time. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can start the other way with some reference. Use sport pictures or dancing pictures and try to figure out what the line of action is. It will really change your life when trying to figure out dynamic poses. But still, this line of action can feel a little bit immaterial. That's okay because I have another tip. Tip number 8 will help you with this. Go for gesture. Forget about correct anatomy or character design for a bit. You can correct that later. Forget about anatomy and try to place the most important parts of your character's body, not where you think that they should be, but where you want them to be. Don't do the head first, then the torso, etc, etc. You're drawing someone throwing a punch? Start with the fist and the arm and the motion that it makes. Focus in the important landmarks of this pose. I keep using this word, landmarks. Why is that? Well, anyway, when trying to foreshorten characters, you can do exactly the same. This is tip number 9. Focus on the important parts of your character's pose and the rest will take care of itself. 3D animators do this all the time, just like when changing the Dragon Ball's characters' faces. Do you want to draw a foreshortened arm? Well, start with the shoulder and then the hand. Once you have those two, figure out the elbow and then just fill the cylinders in. If you want to do something more complicated like full bodies, choose a perspective first, and if you have a floor on the shot, just choose a square for the floor. And then just do the same with the most important landmarks of the body, like feet, knees, hips. It always works. It might take a few tries until you nail it, but it always works. Now I hope you're ready because this is tip number 10 and this is the most important thing that I learned of all these years of making videos. And I've been hinting it throughout the video, but here it is. Feeling is more important than accuracy. What does it mean? It means that it doesn't matter if the shape of an eye is accurate as long as it matches the feeling of your character and the style that you're working on. It doesn't matter if you make your character's nose larger from a certain angle as long as it really helps the depiction of that character. It doesn't matter if a character's arm is too long as long as it makes the action and the pose more readable. But what does it have to do with these landmarks that I keep mentioning? Well, these landmarks guide your eye towards a clearer composition. And that is the final tip. When in doubt, focus on composition. You don't know where to put the arm? Well, how do you make the action clearer? If a character's face is in a weird angle, do you still recognize that character from their silhouette? The clearer the image, the better it will read, regardless of if it is accurate or not. But still, that is not the final lesson. You guys taught me this one. And with your comments and feedback, you made me realize something that I didn't know before. We all see the world differently. What works for me and I show in my videos is not what works for someone else. And whenever I have problems with a certain technique, there's always a comment that says how easy it was for them. We might think that there is one way to learn how to draw, but there isn't, because we are all different. We all learn things differently. And I share the way that I learn things because maybe that is the same way that you will learn things too. And sometimes you might even suggest something better in the comments. Talking about comments, do you want to leave something in the comments for this video? Comment what subject would you like me to tackle next, so I can start planning a way to make it useful and interesting for you. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. The next video is a drawing tutorial, I promise. In the meantime, if you want to see a drawing tutorial, you can start by watching this one.